what happened to Attack on Titan? The intro was a total different vibe. I don't even think we saw any Titans in the intro. Is all of season 3 more focused on, like, inside the walls and the actual corruption and conflict?
It makes you feel like Titans are easier to deal with, in a way.
I mean, is this exactly what Ymir was saying? That things within the walls, like, not even talking about Titans, but things within the walls were headed towards disaster? And is Eren a future within the walls? What if she wasn't even referencing Titans?
Well, I don't think she was, but I did not know that we were going to get introduced to a character named Kenny the Ripper. I don't even know what's going on anymore.
But it didn't really sound very, like, cool at the end when Levi was like, Kenny! And I was like... I don't know. I've known some Kennys in my life, and they're never the type of guy that's a mass murderer. So...
Not that you know. I don't... Do you think Kenny and his crew, Kenny's crew, their choice of weapon would be at all, like, efficient against Titans, or...
No, they're totally for... Kenny the Ripper literally is a murderer.
But he slit over 100 people's throats, not... Yeah.
It's obvious, like, by, like, slit the throat, it's more that he's sneaky. He can, I mean, I guess... No, you can't say that he killed Pastor Nick, but...
No, he didn't. It was the 2 guards.
It was the 2 guards. But slitting the throat, you definitely come behind someone in, like a dark alleyway, you sneak into their house. It's more like you're undercover, very underground.
Well... I think we have to go chronologically because the first scene I think was the most important and I don't know what's going on. There's seagulls.
Was it a dream? Eren's eyes have never looked more beautiful.
A shadow.
On sand.
Behind the wall there's a sea, or so Armin said. That's where he's obviously on a beach.
Is this the end of season 3?
That'd be kind of sick.
I love when shows do that.
I hate when the shows do that. I always wonder what's behind that. Like, don't you get the vibe that he's literally standing on the beach looking out at the ocean?
And 100%.
He's, like, thinking about how to make a boat. Thinking about what boats are.
Does he know what boats are?
Yeah. They have ferries.
Oh, yeah, they have ferries.
It's such an interesting, like, first little scene. There's not much we can really guess from it. His hair, I think, looks a little bit longer, but I could be wrong.
Well, I mean, you could totally be like, they're on the run now.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not getting a haircut all the time.
Where are you going to go?
Where are you going to go to get a haircut when you're undercover?
No. Oh. Where are you going to go if you're on the run? You can only go... There's only so much area within the walls.
I mean, they went to Trost.
Who the hell is going to follow? You won't have to worry about humans, really, if you're going outside the walls.
Kenny the Ripper can suck it once you're out of the walls.
Yeah, man.
He can't fight Titans.
Just talking about the intro real quick. I don't want to spend too much time on it. Reiner's dad? Whoever the person...
No, that's Erwin.
Erwin's dad.
Erwin's dad is the Beast Titan.
Looks just like it, and he's reading a book. We all know books are suspicious.
I mean, Armin taught us in season 1 that books are bad.
It's a very, very, very interesting...
Everyone's a kid.
Yeah. You saw how pristine Erwin looked as a kid, in stark contrast to Levi being dirtied from his life prior.
Is this whole season just supposed to be about children having trauma?
I don't know. If it is, then it definitely builds up, like, on the thought that evil's not just outside the walls; it's within.
And most of our characters have all had something traumatic or horrible happen to them as children.
Yeah. Right away, I kind of felt like the art was different and the animation was a little different.
Everything was a little, like, even some of the music that was being used, it was like we were watching a different genre show. Or just a different show in general. With the same characters. I
feel like much time hasn't passed, but they look somewhat older.
I think Armin got taller.
Yeah.
Because wasn't Armin, like, the same height as Historia?
Yeah.
At least that's how I remember it, that they were, like, the same height. But I think he's taller now.
Well, our gang is the new Levi squad. That's great.
I think it's smart to keep them all together because they all know the truth fully about both Historia and Eren. And they're the ones that would be the most dedicated to sacrificing their lives for those two people. Mm-hmm. and protecting them. So I think it's smart to keep them together.
We had Sasha drooling over some food. It's what we need in every season.
Yes.
Levi coming back. A lot of like fun comedic moments.
Yeah.
Then we got like Aaron trying to turn into a Titan
face.
again. Yeah, the face is horrifying, but why do you think that he's not able to
How could he survive the skin being ripped off his face?
We don't know.
Like I get that he can like heal, but that just seemed really like.
But why do you think he wasn't able to turn into a full-on Titan here? Because it's not like he didn't turn into a Titan at all, which was him without a clear goal, or we've seen him before. This is like a partial transformation.
He wasn't able to when we thought all of the goals and check marks had been reached at the end of last season. He still wasn't able to, even though it seemed like it was the perfect.
But that's different. Not being
situation.
able to turn is different than a partial transformation.
Well, now he can't really do it, I guess, for some reason.
It's very cool to see like what is not really formed on the Titan is the bottom half of his body, which is like also the part of his body that is not within the Titan, like his upper shoulders, the head is in the Titan.
Here. Like when he protected Mikasa and Armin.
Yeah. And that's so like the amount of body you are in the Titan is how much like Titan is produced, you know what I mean?
Oh, I thought you were talking more like it would start from here and be strongest, closest to your body.
No.
But you're right. He literally matches how much he's actually in the form.
Yeah. So I think that's interesting, but what has changed since the last time he was able to become a Titan? He had the one moment that he was able to control the Titans, and then the conversations with Reiner, Bertholdt, and Ymir. So I'm like, okay, was controlling the Titans, did that like put him back a step, like one step forward, two step backs?
I mean, you could also, I don't know, this might be like super off the wall crazy, but Bertholdt and Reiner could have done something to him when he was unconscious to make sure he couldn't transform, so he wouldn't fight back and they could quickly take him out.
That's not bad. That's a good one. I don't know.
But they would have done it for Ymir too, right? I don't know. Because Ymir wasn't a goal of theirs.
I think it's more of a mental thing probably, or like or because he did something, only because we've seen those kind of things before with him.
And we have said that he might have different actual things he needs to do to transform.
Him, like in the scene that I have pulled up right now, it's when Hanji's pulling him out of the Titan after Mikasa like cut the veins or whatever, and it is honestly something out of a horror
sci-fi
Halloween
movie.
Yeah, like you just see like the skeletal face, and then there's no hands.
And his tongue matches his Titan form tongue, which is
disgusting.
interesting.
I hate it. I hate everything.
It was horrible.
So how do we think that Historia knows more? Why would she? Who would have told her?
I feel like if she knew it, she would have already said it.
But I mean, we know that she grew up at least like not under cover, right?
Right.
Because she got sent away to the Titan or to the Scouts when they changed her name, not prior, right?
Well, she might have been locked away.
True. Our first shot of what I assume to be Kenny the Ripper was them on the mountainside scoping them out, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, on the Historia front, we also said, I think when we first learned about it, that as a kid gets older, they could start to resemble their true parent more and more. So it could have been harder for people might have started guessing that it was illegitimate.
That's true. Like they can't like her hair and her eyes. Like she started to resemble like a maid or like whoever.
Exactly.
But Levi was this Levi or Erwin who said the real mystery here is why a mere regional lord would know the secrets of the wall. That's a very good point. We seemingly see that he's in the inner circle with King Fritz later on the episode, so that might be why he knows. Or
I gotta say, the king's face, he did not look like he's a good dude.
Yeah, you called Pastor Nick's death well before it. I definitely got
just the like knock in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
I didn't have a reason why he would be murdered, other than I thought maybe the church would be mad at him for saying anything, but I didn't have an actual reason why.
I kind of got the tone.
It was just like, if there's a knock in the middle of the night, it's gonna be a murder, right?
We know the stories of Kenny the Ripper.
It's either DoorDash or a murder, you know.
I thought it was really interesting that Connie has this vendetta against the Beast Titan or Oranga Titan. We know, like, it makes sense why, but it might be nothing. He referred to the Beast Titan as an ape.
Which, haven't we heard that possibly once before?
Well, no. We heard Aaron's lack of understanding when Reiner and Bertholdt and Ymir referred to the Beast Titan as a monkey, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
ape, monkey, yes.
Well, so that insinuates that people within the walls have no understanding of what an ape or a monkey is because they have never seen one. How does Connie know what an ape is? That's weird to me, you know? Aaron didn't know what a monkey was. Why does Connie know what an ape is?
Or he was just confused why they were calling a Titan a monkey.
Oh, Aaron?
Yeah.
I thought he said, like, monkey. What's that?
Like, it could have just been, like, a monkey Titan. What?
Okay. I got the vibe. Well, we've never seen monkeys or...
I don't know. I feel like the civilization might have a zoo. Or, like, a petting
think?
zoo or something. I don't know. Maybe.
Well, regardless.
Where are they in terms of, like... Does this show take place on, like, our Earth and not, like, a made-up planet?
We don't know.
Oh.
There's no way to know.
Well, I don't really... Like, some places don't have monkeys, so...
That's true.
Unless they were brought over from
if they don't have monkeys, then they have obviously no history books.
Then how do they know?
Well, I just thought, I don't know. I got a different takeaway, I guess, in that Aaron scene when he was confused about the term. I really liked their moment between Aaron and Historia. Mm-hmm. It's hard not to call her Krista sometimes, but I really liked their interaction and like how the whole acknowledgement that Krista seemingly had like this facade the whole time, like a fake face, trying to be someone she wasn't, to like lean into the whole fake name thing. So I thought that was really interesting. One of the things that I'm most interested in this show is like the world and where they're at technologically, like when they were going through the market or when we see them cooking and stuff like that. The flashbacks we've gotten between Annie, Marcel, Reiner, and Bertholdt, all of their stuff and camping gear seemed well beyond anything we've seen within the walls.
It looked more like modern day camping gear.
It looked... I just have not seen anything similar to the utensils. Hanji is such a great character, dude. Her whole interaction within the inner wall police, what do you call interior military police, I think was. Yeah. That was really good.
I like this dude that's always with Hanji, like her, what's his name?
Moblet. You had mentioned him because he was the one who like picked up the picture of, did he pick up the picture of Connie's parents, or like he was there with Hanji when
it's like
that whole thing
he's
went down.
The right hand man. Mm-hmm. I like him. I hope he doesn't die.
It's so funny you say that because, like, earlier in the episode when we first saw Nifa, I thought that was Sasha. And I was like, oh, Sasha got a haircut.
Well, I mean, it would make sense if Sasha... At first, when you said that, I was like, oh, did Sasha, like, change her look so that they would be, like... she wouldn't be caught?
Mm-hmm. But no, it was not Sasha. It was another awesome, well-designed female character that was... extremely short-lived, and I was like, oh, cool.
She was given too many Petra vibes.
I was like, okay, cool character. They're probably not gonna survive like the next 6 episodes. It wasn't. And
the poor guy with the glasses.
He's like the Suki of.
I know, he looked cool.
Yeah, but I thought, I don't know.
This freaking guy with the bolo tie and the military police, I forget his name, but I know he sucks.
Is it the same guy?
It's not the same guy as from Pastor Nick, but it's the same guy from, was that season 1? When they were first taking in Aaron to the courthouse.
Well, I have his name. It's
you do.
Niall Dock.
Yeah.
Is that him?
Yeah, I think that's the name. He sucks.
But it's interesting that Erwin is captured. So does that mean all of them are wanted?
Well, I'm sure he went willingly.
Yeah. But I mean, like, he's detained.
Yeah.
Does that mean that everybody who is helping Aaron and Historia here are all, like, criminals? They're all deemed...
I don't know if they're gonna phrase it as criminals, because Levi said from the note that it's more of they want them to cease action outside of the walls and bring them in. So they're not kind of calling it criminal activity. I mean, I'm sure it would be criminal activity now that they know that they're supposed to be coming back if they don't.
Yeah.
But they want to take Aaron and Historia.
You saw how pristine Erwin looked as a kid, in stark contrast to Levi being dirtied from his life prior. You saw how pristine Erwin looked as a kid, in stark contrast to Levi being dirtied from his life prior. You saw how pristine Erwin looked as a kid, in stark contrast to Levi being...
You saw how pristine Erwin looked as a kid, in stark contrast to Levi being...